702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
It's your main man, 360 the Poet from the Morning Wood. And are you looking for the perfect drink? Well, you found it. Mimosa Royale is the perfect combination of California sparkling white wine and natural juice that is both tasty and refreshing. No artificial colors or flavors, no sugar added, and it's gluten-free. As the world's first ready-to-drink mimosa, Mimosa Royale is perfect for any occasion, day or night. You no longer have to drink 12 of those seltzers just to get that perfect buzz. At 8% alcohol, Mimosa Royale is the perfect drink to party with. Offered in a variety of flavors and sizes, you are bound to find a Mimosa Royale that you'll love. We have berry, mango, apple, and orange, with more flavors to come. Mimosa Royale is the most award-winning flavored wine that serves in bottles or cans. You can find them online at drinkmimosa.com or find them at your local liquor store. Ask for it by name. Mimosa Royale.
Hi. Hey. What's up?
All your favorite artists.
Check it out. DJ Khaled.
This is Mila J.
Bruno Mars.
On hot7025fm.com.
Tune in now on hot7025fm.com.
You're listening to Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM Risky Radio. Tune in to The Flow, where we're bringing you the best in hip hop, R&B, and talk. Hey, this is Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, where we bring you the best in hip hop, R&B, pop, and talk. Tune in. Hey, thank you for tuning in. You have tuned into The Flow, and I am Her Flow here on Hot 702.5 FM. You guys, I have so many good things coming up soon in the next few weeks. I did my last show I did about health and wellness, probably the whole month of April. I did about health and wellness, and I kind of want to continue that theme of self-love for this last day of the month. Well, now we're in May 1st, but I want to continue that whole theme about self-love. So we're going to go into that in a few minutes. But what I want to do is, you guys, so I'm going to do something different in a couple of weeks. So I'm asking you guys what you think about it. I'm going to have somebody come on the show to interview me, The Flow. So if you think that you can do it and you think that you want to come on and interview me, please come on. I have so much to say. So yeah, get to know me. Get to know who The Flow is. Today we're going to talk about, my guest is going to be here in a few minutes. And we're going to talk about Parkinson's, because we didn't get an opportunity to finish talking about Parkinson's from last week's show. But we did talk about some things about the healthcare and dementia. We've been talking about that. We've been talking about vitamins. We've been talking about supplements and sea moss and how it helps the body. So we really been getting into some good things. And you guys, I have finally got up to 5 miles a day. Like, give me a hand clap. I'm at 5 miles. I started off with 3 miles, and then I went to 4 miles, and now I am at 5 miles a day. I'm so excited about it because I'm getting this little body together, y'all, and I'm staying healthy, keeping myself mentally, emotionally well, because that's so important, especially now that we're dealing with so much in this new system of things. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to say. So if you've supported that person, that's on you. I do want to talk about a topic that I was reading about the other day, and I was looking at some of the ladies that have BBLs, and I am not against or for cosmetic surgery. But I do think that with anything that you have, you really need to take time to do your research. And here's why. I worked in the hospital for years, and I saw a lot of things that could go wrong, possibly when you are augmenting your body, whether it be for health reasons or whether it be for cosmetic reasons. You still have to be careful. Whatever you do, you definitely have to do research about getting anything cosmetic, especially, right? So I want to talk about BBLs, and I want to talk about some of the dangers, and we're going to get into it. And then after that, after I talk about that, we're going to kind of go on break in a little while. But let me tell you something. Some of them BBLs look good, and some of them don't look so hot. So make sure that when you are going, they make sure they do your measurements right, because some of these measurements be off, y'all. They be off. The behind be big, the ass be big, and the legs be small, and you around here looking like a chicken, and we just can't have it. Summer is coming. We got to do better, ladies. We got to do better with ourselves. So first of all, let's talk about the self-love of it. Right. And I hope that when you guys are getting the cosmetic surgery, you're getting it because it's something that you want, not because you are asking or needing validation from someone else. OK, that's super important. And first of all, you got to just be happy with what you have. And then if you want to augment something, that's your business. Who am I to tell you? But what I am going to tell you is be careful. Research your doctors, because that is super important, because some of these doctors out here just making money. They out here just making money and taking your money and doing the surgery. I'm going to tell you, I was a few years ago, somebody that I knew actually had the breast surgery, breast augmentation. And I went to the doctor with them, and the girls were getting BBLs and things too done. And I went to the doctor's office, and y'all, let me tell you something. It was about 10 ladies with their butt in the air in this doctor's office, just got the BBL, waiting for their ride to come, just up in the air, and he was spitting them out. Like every hour or so, there was a lady coming out getting BBLs. And I just knew that couldn't be healthy, and I knew that couldn't be safe. So again, you got to do your research about these BBLs. So let me tell you a little bit about the BBLs and some of the dangers. So the main concern is that injected fat can cause a blockage in a blood vessel in the lungs, pulmonary embolisms, which can be fatal, as well as having the same risk as other surgical fat transfer operations. Okay. So additional risks of the BBL include a serious skin infection called cellulitis. And if you don't know what cellulitis is, it is bumpy scars in your behind or in your legs that causes blood clot formations. Right. And so there's not a lot of research. Like this is kind of new, the BBLs. So I would wait until they get a little bit more modern with the BBLs, because this is really new. In the last few years, this has just been a thing where it's kind of been a fad, I think, where people are getting them. But y'all, black women have always had behinds. I'm not understanding what's going on. We kind of already had that. And so I'm not understanding what's going on here. But again, all I'm telling you, ladies, is just to be safe. That's with any surgery, even if you get augmentation of the breast. And we had a doctor, if you go back and look, probably, I would say about 7 or 8 shows ago, I had a doctor on here that was talking about augmentation and the things that you should look for when you are looking for a plastic surgeon. So that's super duper important. Also, when you're talking about being able to augment your body, there are other things that you have to worry about. You definitely have to worry about your own personal health when it comes to that, and your own personal health reasons on why or why not to get it. So if you have health problems already, you definitely want to look into if you have high blood pressure, or if you have any type of high cholesterol, or if you have any other issues, you definitely want to try to get a doctor's not permission, but, go to a doctor and make sure that the doctor says it's okay. You want to definitely get checked out by a doctor before you start getting these BBLs. I'm going to tell you too, I saw Cardi B. I forgot, it was on one of the concerts she just had. And I love Cardi. Like, I am a truly, truly big Cardi B fan. I really love her. I love what she stands for. I love all the things that when she donates to all the different causes she donates. And actually, no matter what people think of her, Cardi B really does have a lot to say. And I noticed that when we had the presidential election last year, and how she really got out and she spoke. And people are not always going to speak the way you want them to speak. But not to get off subject, but I saw her in a concert. And I don't know what's going on with the BBL with her. Like, I'm really trying to figure out what's going on because something just looked a little bit off. And I think, like, once you start getting them, like anything goes, sometimes it can go to an extreme of it where you don't think you look good, but there's a time when you should just kind of stop it. Because after a while, it gets to be too much. So, and I'm not saying that of her, but to me, in my own opinion, it just looks like something is a little bit off. And she did talk about it at one point, how she got the surgery and she didn't get it done by a person that was really qualified to do it. And so that brings back, even K. Michelle, when she was talking about getting her BBL, she was talking about how she was messed up by, and some of y'all going to these backdoor doctors and letting them do it. Some of you guys are going at it by any means necessary. You go to these and some people, women are actually being unalived in these places. So please, please, please be careful when you're doing these BBLs and any type of surgery. Please be careful. And we're going to talk about it some more. I'm going to give some more facts on the BBLs because I think it's really important that we know that you can actually exercise and get the same results. I know sometimes we want to cut to the chase and we want to get these bodies and we want to get them quick, but you don't know what's going to happen in the future when you start doing that. You don't know. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not for it or against it. I love that women are loving themselves and looking beautiful. All I'm saying is to just be careful. That's when anything that you get, whether it's breast augmentation, some of even the trans men are getting the I forgot what they call them, the top surgeries and all these other surgeries. Just be careful with who you're choosing. Make sure you do your due diligence when you do your homework and make sure that the person really cares, especially in this day and age, because you got some things going on where people will really mess you up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back, but I want to go to just like a little break, and then I'm going to come back and talk more about it because it's really important to me that you understand that the whole purpose of this conversation is really about just loving yourself and loving yourself for you and loving yourself for who you are and what God created you to be, whether or not you believe in that. Some people say the universe, some people say God, some people say Yahweh, whatever you believe in, whatever your higher power is, just understand that you are created perfectly and in your own way. Okay. So we're going to come back. Thank you for listening to Her Flow. This is Hot 702.5. And guess what? You're listening to The Flow. I'll be right back.
Chasing everything, trying to find me, only to feel empty. Yeah. But if I put I'ma show you I'm the best. Yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. I'ma show you I'm the best. Yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. And I'ma get it poppin'. And I can take you shopping. With me, there's no stopping, hey. With me, there's no stopping. There's no stopping, I'ma hold you in my arms. Harvest cold, now it's warm. And baby, we can beat the storm. Loving you like Boston George. And darling, you my moon, hey. Yeah, you show me the light. Get with me, I'll treat you right, hey. And I'll treat you right. Now she wanna rock and she wanna roll. Baby, I won't bend and I won't fold. And I can get you now, your heart I stole. Your heart I stole. Ooh, 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 ooh. And I want you. I'ma show you I'm the best, yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. I'ma show you I'm the best, yeah. I'ma show you I'm the best. Get with me, I'll invest. Get with me, I'll invest. And I'ma get it poppin'. And I can take you shopping. With me, there's no stopping, hey. With me, there's no stopping. We can hit the lotto, lotto, lotto. We can pop a bottle, bottle, bottle. You're looking like a model, model, model. Model, hey. Invest. The best. Invest. Hey.
You're listening to Her Flow from Hot 702.5 FM Risky Radio. Tune in to The Flow, where we're bringing you the best in hip-hop, R&B, and talk. Hey, 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 I am back and you are listening to Her Flow, and this is The Flow. You guys, I am challenging you. We're going to get back into the subject, but I want to have somebody to interview me. I don't know who wants to do it. You can call the station if you want to, and yeah, I need somebody to interview me. You know what I mean? I'm asking. It could be female, male, whatever you guys, whoever wants to do it. In the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have a guest on. I'm gonna be the guest, and then I'm gonna have somebody interview me. So if you are up to the challenge, come on the flow. So before we left, I was talking about BBLs and some of the dangers of BBLs and having surgery and that type of thing, and how it can really affect you in a major way. And so let's talk about, they used to be called Brazilian butt lifts, or that's what they are. They used to say the whole word Brazilian butt lifts, and then they shortened it to BBL. So although they've been around for a long time, lately here, you see them all the time. And this is why I kind of want to get into some of the things that are some of the dangers. And then we can get into some of the good things that may, I don't know if there's too many, but you know, the aesthetics of it, okay? So Brazilian butt lifts can be dangerous with a significant risk of fatal embolism. We talked about that. And but there's advancement. So that's why I was saying make sure you find out the newest advancement so that it can look good on you. If it's for the aesthetics for you, make sure that you're looking good with it. Just don't go out to get it just to get it, okay? Now, I'm going to say something. You know, if you guys, if I'm wrong about it, please let me know. If you got a BBL and you want to come on my show and talk about it, please come on. Because there are some myths that I keep hearing, and because I don't know, I've never been around someone with a BBL, so to speak, but I've heard and on TikTok and different things, they say that they smell. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's because of the care that's being done or because of the sutures are not healing well, but I just want to know, is that factual? And if you're a surgeon that does BBLs, I had a surgeon on here before, but we didn't talk about that. So if you're a surgeon or somebody that deals with women in the office that want to come on my show and talk about that, please do, because I really want to know, and I want to keep our women safe. You know, we're out here doing things that, and you know, women, look, you guys are already, we got some beautiful women. All right. And just my opinion, this is just something that is extra if you want to do it, but not necessary, because your beauty really does come from what you feel about yourself and within. And so when we get all these different enhancements, and that goes for anything that you do, so just be safe with it. So let's talk more about the BBLs. Let's talk about this. So there's a high mortality rate in the past. And some reports indicating 1 death for every 3,000 procedures. That's a high number. 1 death. And that was primarily due to fat embolisms, you guys. And if you don't know what an embolism is, it is a blood clot that can come from having any type of surgery, really. But because of the fact that these surgeries are done at such a high pace or a fast rate, and they're just out there getting them done, they happen more often. Okay. So the advances is you got to get it. You want to get an ultrasound to see if you have anything that's going on with yourself. Okay. Make sure you get an ultrasound, because what if you have cancer and you don't know it? What if you have high blood pressure and you don't know it? And you just go and some doctors don't care. They really don't care what they do to you, because they're all about the paper. Okay. Choose a qualified surgeon, which is what I'm talking about. A board-certified plastic surgeon. Look on there and get your ratings. Find out what is going on. Get ratings. I get ratings for everything, even if it's going to a restaurant or whatever I'm doing, especially with a doctor. I want to know what's going on with my doctor. So I definitely try to figure out what the ratings are for a doctor. Your post-operative care. Following the surgeon's post-operative instructions is very crucial, okay? So, and then find out if you're a good candidate for a BBL. Some of y'all women are not good candidates for BBLs, and you're just out here getting them. And being a good candidate is making sure that you don't have any health concerns, okay? If you have had any type of surgeries in the past, make sure that these surgeries are not going to affect you getting a BBL, because that is just, you just don't want to put yourself at a risk. So when I was talking about, do BBL smell? Let's go back to that. Okay. Some individuals, they say, and this is factual, if you go look for the information, they experience an odor afterwards. That's what the factual thing is, but I don't know for sure. That's why I say I want to bring somebody on the show to really have had one or maybe experience somebody with one, due to bacterial growth and fluids. So where does the bacteria come from? You want to know? Okay. So the bacterial growth and fluids released during fat removal and injection due to fat necrosis or death of fat cells. Okay. Mild odors are common but persistent. Strong smells or other symptoms like redness, swelling, or fever could indicate an infection. You guys, that's a lot. And do you want to listen? Okay, I'm going to say this, and I'm really being honest about it. You can get a gym membership for less than you pay to go put your life in danger with these BBLs. Back in the day, we didn't have, they had the Brazilian butlers, but women really worked out. I'm from the old school, so I'm ready to get out there and work out and lift weights and do all the things. If you can do that, because you're putting your life in danger with these things that you don't know anything about, right? Right. Okay. All right. That's what I want to talk about. That's exactly what I want to talk about this show. So we're going to go on, and I'm going to talk about self-love and why people get these type of surgeries in the first place. And I was just talking to my engineer and also the owner of our radio show. We were talking about, like the mommy makeovers. And I think the mommy makeovers are a little bit more safer, simply because you haven't had as much incident with mommy makeovers as you have had with these BBLs. And there has been more research done on the mommy makeovers and the breast augmentation. Okay. So if you want to get that and you want to get a mommy makeover and you just feel like you want to do something for yourself, do that. Go work out. Take some time for yourself and consider if that's something that you want to do. Take some time and consider. Don't just go out there and make a choice and make a decision and you see somebody with it. And I think another cause of this is culture. I was saying this a few minutes ago, that a lot of it has to do with you loving yourself and feeling good about yourself. I think a lot of it has to do with that and validation and wanting validation from other people to say, hey, I look good. This looks good on me. Because if you didn't have anybody, let's say, for instance, we were all invisible. I know that sounds crazy, but would you still feel the same way about if nobody could see you? Would you still feel the same way about yourself? But because we aesthetically, we want to be pleasing to people, we want to look good, right? But first of all, that starts with your inner self. It starts with you looking in the mirror every day and saying, hey, I look good and I feel good, and mentally I'm well. Emotionally, I am well. Because if not, I don't care what you get. I don't care if you do your hair a different way. I don't care if you get breast augmentation. I don't care whatever you get, if you're not feeling good on the inside about you, it really doesn't make any difference. So let me talk about some of the ways that, and I did another show about feeling good about yourself. So we're going to kind of go away from the BBLs. And again, if you want to come on the show and talk about that, the reason I started off with that topic is because I've just seen a lot of people, and they don't mention it all the time, but I was doing some research on the deaths from BBLs or the unalivement of women getting BBLs, and the numbers were super high. And I just thought that it was important that I come on and tell you guys that you're beautiful without it, and that you don't need validation if that's the reason that you're getting it. If you're going to get it, make sure you do your research and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons and feeling good about yourself. Okay, so I'm done with that. We're done with that topic. So now I kind of want to move on to talking about self-love again, because it's really important in this time that you take time for yourself and ensure that you're doing the things that's making you happy. So I'm kind of going to give you some things that I do, and I had this show before, and it's really important. The last few months, I've been prompted to do shows about health and wellness and things that you can do for yourself. Because as a Black woman, I just feel like it's really important that we take care of ourselves mentally and emotionally. Sometimes we do so much for everybody else that we forget to take care of ourselves. And one of the things that I will say is that you can keep pouring into others' cups, and before you know it, your cup is empty and you have nothing to give. And so I learned that myself. So I'm going to talk about me today. I learned that myself over years' time as I was pouring out and pouring out and pouring out for other people, right? We love our families. We love our children. If you have children, we love our siblings. We love people, right? I hope some of y'all do. Some of y'all might say, I don't love no damn body. But, we love the people that are around us, that love us back. But the first thing we have to start off with is really loving ourselves. And I remember years ago, I had really drained myself because I was doing so much. I was lighting the candle at both ends, and I was really trying to do a lot. And not only was I trying to do a lot for myself, but I was putting other people first in that category, until one day I woke up and I was totally drained. And I'm not talking about just drained as in tired. I'm talking about drained as in mentally and emotionally drained. And so even though we have our careers and things that we're trying to do and things that we're trying to accomplish, you can't do those things if you're not here. Yeah, you can't do those things if you are laying up in a hospital somewhere because of high blood pressure, not eating right, and not exercising, the things that and it's never too late to start doing those things. Women get into their 40s and 50s and 60s and say, maybe it's too late or I'm too old. No, honey, you can look good anytime, any place, anywhere. And I just encourage you to continue to put yourself first. And always look at yourself like you're the finest thing walking. Because I look at myself like I'm the finest thing walking every single day. I don't care what nobody say. I look at myself that way because to me, I am, and that's one of the reasons why, I'm always trying to motivate. Even on this show that I do, I am always trying to motivate in and outside of what you see here on the station. I have people that I motivate outside of this. People don't have to see what I do, because I do it in love, and I do it in care, and I motivate others. But first and foremost, I have learned to water my own grass and fill my own cup. And since I've started doing that mentally, emotionally, I am really spiritually, mentally, emotionally in a good place for myself. I tell people no, because back in the day, if some of y'all who knew me I'm not the same person that you probably think you knew if you watching this show and you say, oh yeah, I remember. I'm not even that same person, because back in the day, and I can say this because this is where growth takes you to when you start growing and you start understanding where you were. I thank that woman that I was in my 20s, and then when I was in my 30s, and when I was in my 40s even. I thank that woman, because that woman got me to the place that I am today. Am I still there? No, because it took me to grow and understand who I was as a person and learning how to say no. I learned how to say no, because what happens is, and I mentioned this on the show before, is that we are patchwork quilts of I would say our environment and the people that we are around. We become patchwork quilts of that thing. And this is where, when going back, I know I'm kind of intertwining, going back and forth, getting all the surgeries and getting all the things that you feel that will validate you. This is why I'm speaking on that, because you have to be able to love yourself and understand the reason behind, the intent behind doing those things and getting those things if you want them. Okay, it could be just because you want them, but always know that, make sure it's not for validating other people. Okay, so back in the day, I used to be, I can honestly say, a people pleaser, and not because I wanted friends or not because I wanted to be liked, but I had gotten so used to, I wasn't very confrontational, but let me say this. I wasn't confrontational, but I call a person, I'd say what I want to say in a minute. You know, I wasn't confrontational, but I definitely would say the things that I needed to say to people, right? But I didn't like confrontation. So what it did for me, it didn't put me in good spots and good places in relationships, because I would allow I would allow things to happen, and I really wouldn't say too much about it because I was non-confrontational. So I learned that did not benefit me, because I became unhappy in where I was, because I was not saying no to things that I really, really didn't want, because guess what? I wanted people to be happy. I wanted to, and we learned that because we become patchwork quilts of the people that are around us. And let me say what I mean by that. And for some people that didn't watch my previous shows. So when you're a kid, when you're a child, we learn to please our parents because we want them to be happy, right? We learn to please our teachers because we want them to be happy. And we learn to please the people that we're with because we want them to be happy, right? And so in life, we tend to be non-confrontational, especially because I'm a Generation X. To be non-confrontational, we would just let things kind of just go, because we were taught, you better not talk back to that adult, or you better not say this and you better not say that. So we learned how to say, okay, cool, I'm just going to chill out. But doing that will cause you to get high blood pressure. It will cause you to have headaches. Mentally, emotionally, it will cause you to be drained. And so I learned to separate myself from the things that no longer benefit me. If it doesn't benefit me, I learned, I don't care who it is. It could be a cousin. It could be a family member. It could be a cousin, family member, brother, sister, whoever. I will separate myself from you to hold on to my own peace. And I've learned that, because peace to me at this stage of the game is priceless. Because if you don't have peace, you can't really function the way you need to. And some people are when you don't start setting boundaries, some people, when you start setting boundaries, some people are going to be upset because it no longer benefits them in their things that they're trying to do. So you got to learn how to say, hey, listen, I love me as much as you love you. And because of that, I'm going to set this boundary so that I can have a peaceful life and I won't get all these health issues that come along with stress. All right? Because no day is promised to you. You guys, no day is promised to you. So you got to love yourself till you can't love yourself anymore. And one thing that I do is on the days that I feel that stress coming on, I'll walk away from a person mid-sentence now when they talking crazy to me. You might get offended, but okay. Because I have to protect my peace at all costs. I will walk away from you in mid-sentence. So that's why I say, like now I do a lot of walking. Whatever is going to make you happy. Happiness is different for everybody. We all have different things, different ways to make us happy. So whatever makes you happy within the law, I must say that because some people take that literally. Whatever makes you happy, whatever bring you peace in your life, do that. Do that. Whatever brings you peace in your life, whatever makes your soul feel good, do that thing that make your soul feel good. Okay, because that's super important, not just as a woman, but as a person. Okay, so I just kind of wanted to throw that out there. That was really important. It was on my heart today to say. So if I touch somebody, that was really on my heart to say, is to put yourself first at all costs. Put yourself first at all costs. So we're gonna come back. If that touched you, guys can call the radio station. Again, you're listening to Her Flow here on Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. And we're going to go to a commercial. We're going to come back.
Side hustling wasn't a crime when fathers were in the home for dinner time. Where did the time go? No one knows. What if we were back into the days where all we do was VCRs, hot dogs, and no phone? What if we were back into the days where all I know is mama said me that street light home? Yeah.
Oh, wait, I get it. It was all this technology, well, I said it. It's making everyone lazy and nosy, I get it. But what happened is we TikTok famous, now aren't you with it? Nah, I just wanna go to the times back in when my friends to the park was a vibe. Those sticks and stones may break my bones, don't try. So if you know the why, got your heart look towards the sky. For those who endure to the end, we'll be just fine. Outside after school was the average. When all we had to jam was the radio. Side hustling wasn't a crime when fathers were in the home for dinner time. Where did the time go? No one knows. What if we were back into the days where all we do was VCRs, hot dogs, and no phone? What if we were back into the days where
dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey, this is The Flow from Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. to listen to dope people, dope topics, and dope vibes. Hey, I am back, and this is Her Flow, and you're listening to The Flow here on Hot 702.5. You guys, I just left you, and I was talking about the BBLs, and I'm going to tell you the reason it was on my mind, because I've been just seeing a lot of them that just don't match the body, you guys, and I'm just saying that I love y'all. I really do, and I just want you guys to be safe. But listen, we got a little time. We have a guest that came, and he's got a little time to talk to me today, but I just want to talk to him about Parkinson's really quick. And let's talk about health and wellness, since we're going to bring Parkinson's back another day, because it's too much to talk about. And I want to talk about like really just exercise. And we just got done talking about BBLs, right? And you were talking about exercise, and introduce yourself real quick again, because you were on my show last week and I brought you back on, but you have something you got going on today. So tell that, and then we'll go into that really quick.
Absolutely. My name is Terry Harper. I'm with Love Health and Wellness LLC. We are located inside the fantastic indoor swap meet that is 1717 South Decatur Boulevard. We're open Friday through Sunday 10 to 6, and that's booth number E24. And we also just opened up a second location, which is at 3130 East Sunset. That is Suite B. That is located inside of Tattoos and Smokes Tattoo Shop. I have a whole half of that building, so got the wellness products there. And so anytime you need it, definitely come see me. So
today, what you got going on? You got an
as far
event
as
today,
event, right? Yes, a lot going on. I kid you not. I've been up since, actually, I didn't go to bed until about 4 a.m. And then I'm back up at probably about 8 a.m. Just really getting after it. And I apologize for even being tardy to this event.
No, it's
I
okay.
so wanted to be here on time,
because the thing about it is, before I even talk to you about this, I really wanted to get that BBL situation out the way, because that was my prelude to you talking about health and wellness. So that's why I wanted to get into that. So it was kind of good, because I was going to get that out the way whether you came or not. That was going to get out the way for me, because health and wellness is really important to me, and it's one of the things as a Afro-Latino woman that I am very concerned about Black women and their care and their high blood pressure and all of that kind of stuff. And because I had high blood pressure a few months ago, but it was due to some pain that I was having and things like that. And as I started like getting myself under control, and it was some other things, some stressful things, but I learning how to control that through natural things. And that's what I want to talk to you about ladies loving themselves, men loving themselves, and some of the things you can do before you go get these BBLs and things like that. Let's talk about it.
Yes, talk about it.
Give me the tea.
It's about the self-love. And at the end of the day, the foundation of all of our health is going to be the foods that we eat. We want to make sure we start off with the right foundation, eating the foods that's designed for our bodies. And most of us melanated beings, all of us melanated beings actually are designed to eat plants. From the design of our teeth to the design of our digestive system, we should be eating plants. And with that being said, we kind of been bamboozled into the 4 food groups, with meat and dairy being a part of it. We don't actually have the teeth, the incisors, the tear in the flesh in order to digest it. We have a very long digestive system. It's about as long as a tennis court. And the animals that do, or even the beings, because there are some people that do need meat in their dairy, or in their diet. With that being said, do your research, and most of it's Caucasians, but not the single amount, because we're all one human race. At the same time, we are all on different paths in our journeys, because we have different vessels that we're operating. So we just make sure we give our body what it's designed to have, so it can perform the way it's designed to perform. And that way we're not dealing with all of these ailments, because the number one cause of the excess mucus, which is the cause of all diseases, the number one cause of that is meat and dairy. Therefore, on top of that, a lot of the animals are sick and not healthy, so they inject them with antibiotics
and
steroids.
Weight gain and stuff too, the steroids. Because I noticed when I was eating, not to interrupt you, because we got probably about 10 minutes, but not to interrupt you, but I had gotten up when I was in college. I gained a lot of weight, right? And I noticed I was like I like to get up and eat in the middle of the night, but I wasn't eating healthy foods. And so I had to really start eating healthier. And then I had an injury. So that I had lost weight, and then I ended up gaining the weight back. And so for me, I was just like, I would eat like donuts at night, my ice cream at night.
And it's also, it's kind of a comforting thing that we eat these foods. And not only on top of that, what I've learned recently when it comes to parasites, and we're all essentially susceptible to parasites. We all essentially have them. Kid you not, unless you've actually done your detox.
I told you about my parasites, Terry. Told you about my parasites. We're gonna talk about them.
Hey, you know what? We want to essentially get them out though.
What did you bring? Because I didn't want to not do this really quick.
So this is the Trinity Complete, and this is I don't know if you can see the.
Let me bring it over here.
There you go. Thank you.
Let me bring it over here.
That is the Trinity
Can you
Complete,
see-
and
can
that
you
is
guys see
CMOS. The label on the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah, there you go. It has sea moss, burdock root, bladderwrack, moringa, black seed oil, and cayenne pepper.
This is the one I've been taking,
That
and
is
it's
the best of
definitely
the
been
best.
helping with my weight loss thing.
It is great
and it
for
helps me make me feel full because I'm definitely on my listen. I'm on my sexy girl journey,
Yes, indeed.
and I'm looking sexy and feeling good. But yeah,
Yes,
this
you
really
are.
helped me. I got the small one last time, so you brought me another
I got you
one.
the big one.
All
I got you the
right,
big
okay.
one,
What
too.
else
So
you
this
got
is for
over
you.
there, Terry? What else you
What else
got?
I got over here is some sour sop.
Okay.
The sour sop right here.
The sour sop.
Yeah.
All right, tell me about this really quick. The sour sop.
is amazing. It's a Dr. Sabi inspired fruit, essentially,
Okay.
and it comes from the tropics and the islands, and it is great at targeting and killing cancer cells. It is
Okay.
also amazing at lowering your blood sugar for diabetes.
Yeah.
So that's a great
Lowering
essentially
blood pressure
yes,
and
it lowers,
diabetes. Okay.
maybe a little on the blood pressure side, but mostly lowering the blood sugar
Blood
and
sugar,
definitely
okay.
fighting cancer. It actually
Okay.
targets and kills cancer, and it lowers the blood sugar.
Okay.
High in vitamin C, so it's great for boosting.
And
your
you
immune
sell
system.
this product too at the
Absolutely,
store. Okay.
yes,
Okay. How much
yes.
does this run, Terry?
That one is 25 for it. It's a
25.
2-ounce
Okay.
bottle.
And it lasts
it's about
by
a
how
month's
long?
supply.
Month supply.
Yes.
Okay. Give me the other stuff. Give me the other stuff.
Yes. Now they're excuse
Okay.
they're not frozen right now, but
That's
these are my
okay.
sea moss pops. But I promise you get those a little
Sea
cold,
moss
get some
pop.
ice in those. Even if you drink it right now, I promise you it'll be one of the best things you've ever tasted.
Are you
Not
giving
only
this to
delicious,
me?
but it is nutritious. Yes, I am.
Are you oh,
that is the mighty
thank
mango,
you.
and this is the sour sop.
You
Yes.
guys.
Yes, they are
I'm
delicious.
gonna feel good today,
Yes,
honey.
indeed.
I'm coming home. I'm feeling good today.
Yes,
so
you will.
yeah, this and then okay. So I'm gonna taste that. I'm gonna put this to the side. You guys, how much is this around here?
Those right now are they're $5 is the introductory price, but they're on sale right now, 25% off. So you
Okay.
can get them for about $4 out the door right now.
Okay, Terry,
But
you
they're-
know what? I've been walking. I walked 5 miles the other day. I'm telling you guys,
Nice.
I'm really getting my sexy on. I couldn't do it because of last year with my injury and stuff. It was really hard for me, but now I'm getting to the point where I'm walking and I'm feeling better and I'm feeling good. And I'm sleeping better, and you're giving me the sea moss, and I'm sleeping better.
Yes, indeed.
You got
Yes,
something else
indeed.
over there? What you
No,
got?
it's just two. I got
Okay,
two
I
of the
was
pods. I
waiting
got
for the
doubled
other
up
stuff. I was
because
waiting.
I know you said someone else was asking
know.
about it, so
Do
I'll
I
make sure I
have to
brought extra
put
one.
this in the? Can I drink
you can.
this when I
you can
leave?
drink it as is now. I kid you not, because I haven't made drinks out of it as well. Again, this is my most recent creation. It is so delicious. You will.
And you drink the whole thing?
You certainly can. You can have one of those once or twice a day. It's just like taking a serving of sea moss along with some delicious fruit.
Is
Just
it going to
100
make it to the house?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
It's gonna make it to the house.
Yes.
And so, this is the thing. Like, Terry's gonna be on my show a lot because really I'm trying to get y'all sexy for the summer. Not just sexy like physically, y'all, because sexy is also a mental thing.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
emotional. And when
That's
I
where-
say
yes.
sexy, I mean just
Yes.
like, oh yeah. I mean sexy in the mind.
Sexy is confidence.
Sexy
Confidence
and
is sexy.
emotionally, right?
Yes.
Feeling good about yourself. Getting your doctor's appointments. Who's calling me? Somebody's calling me. Hold on, let's see who it is. Hi, daughter. I'm on the radio right now. You have to call me back, okay? I love
got
you.
a call too. You guys see.
All right, we'll talk later. Okay. This is real, y'all. This is real. Daughter called and I got to answer because we got to see what's going on. So listen, you guys, I am really on my journey. I'm on my journey. And you guys, I want you to be healthy too. It's making regular doctor's appointments. It's getting your mammograms. It's making sure that you have all the things, all the tools that you need mentally, emotionally, getting counseling if you need it. If you need counseling, go get counseling. It is such a stigma in our community that if you go get counseling, it's a bad thing. Well, guess what? Your mind is a muscle, and you need to make sure that you're healthy. We did a show about dementia a show or two ago. You guys go back and look at that show about dementia and see why, some of the reasons why. And shout out to Jason Flatt for coming in and doing that show, right? You guys, we are doing our thing. I'm doing my health and wellness thing this month. We're going to do something else. I got some people coming in next week that are going to talk about some other stuff that's going on in our community. But this month specifically, this month specifically, we were talking about health and wellness. Okay. So tell me a little bit more about your store and tell me about the event, because we got about 4 minutes, but you're coming back. Like, you're going to be on my, like,
yes,
you might as well. You're coming back. You're coming back in a few weeks because we really have to get this Parkinson's podcasting thing out of the way.
Yes.
So Terry, tell me. Tell me about the event today. If people want to go out.
The event today is actually going to be out at, Aliante Park. And I'm going to get you the address. Bear with me a second here.
Okay. And then I'm going to show them how good I'm looking. I'm going to stand up and show everybody how good I've been looking lately. Okay, go ahead.
I know that's right. It is at 2627 Nature Park Drive, North Las Vegas, Nevada, 89084.
Okay.
It's going from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. There's going to be music, food, bounce house, LED balloons, vendors, merchandise, raffles. So definitely come check it out.
And where is it at again? Give
this
the address.
This is at Aliante Nature Discovery Park, 2627 Nature Park Drive, North Las Vegas, 89084. Okay. And this is for raising awareness for drug abuse and overdose victims.
Good causes, y'all. Good cause.
It's for a great cause, so definitely come check us out.
Look how good I'm looking, y'all. Look it.
Check you out.
Look how good I'm looking, y'all. Okay. Look how good. I'm going to stand like that. You guys. Bam. There you go. Bam. So, you guys, listen. You have tuned into The Flow, and I'm Her Flow. You never know what you're going to see on this show, okay? You are listening to the hottest radio show here on Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. Join me next week, next Thursday. Terry might be back because he messed up today.
But I'll be on time, too.
I'm so happy. Thank you, Terry, for coming.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you didn't have to show up, but you rushed over here, and I definitely appreciate it. You guys, tune in next week to The Flow, and I am Her Flow here on Hot 702.5 FM, Risky Radio. I love y'all.
Peace, y'all.
Take care.
Hey, it's Icarice, and I'm here to tell you about Hotcast for Podcasting. We are a podcasting studio located in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Hot 702.5 FM studios. You can book online at hot7025fm.com. Just click on Hotcast. You can book and find your times right there. Thank you for booking with Hotcast for Podcasting.